What is up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Jessi's Journey, or if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Jessi. I am an American expat. Currently, by the time you're watching this, I'm living in Macedonia, but I used to live in Prague. None of that matters because today I am in CESKY, KRUMLOV. I'm exploring a new part of the Czech Republic today to celebrate my birthday. Today I turned 25 and I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate than get out and explore. Now, turning 25 is kind of significant to me purely for the sense that like I feel like I'm an adult now. Like this is adult level status. And being a nomad, I feel like I get questions a lot about, you know, how long are you going to do this for? How long are you planning on traveling, on living on the road? And I don't really know the answers to that. However, I do want to kind of set some goals for myself because, you know, 30 is in 5 years from now, which means I can have like a rough 5-year plan. So today I'm going to take you around CESKY, KRUMLOV, have you explore with me, and also share 30 things I want to accomplish by the time I turn 30. Let's go! I get questions all the time about my student loan status, and the fact of the matter is I have a ton of student loans. That doesn't mean I can't travel the world and live abroad. I've talked about it briefly in other videos, but one of my goals by the time I'm 30 is to have all my student loans paid off. I think it's accomplishable. I've been making payments as I've been going, so it's looking like by the time I turn 30 I will have that paid off, but I feel like that would just be a huge relief to have that. It might surprise people that even though I'm a nomad, I also want to kind of have a home base at some point, and I would love to buy a fixer-upper and spend some time just updating it, renovating it, customizing it for my personal needs and taste, and I'd love to have that, I don't know, somewhere in the world, maybe not back in the States where my family is, maybe somewhere in Europe or Asia, I don't know, who knows, but I'd love to take time to actually build it up all by myself. Now, I feel like any good traveler, it's important to have travel goals, and my basic big travel goal that I do have is to join the 7 Continents Club. So far doing so good, keeping on track of getting to all those, but I don't just want to travel to everyone, I want to live for an extended period of time, so like at minimum 6 months on every single continent, but ideally at least a year. So we already crossed off Europe, we already crossed off the States, North America, got a couple more to go though. Gotta start moving because I am getting very cold, but I would love to write a book one day. I've written some, I've started writing some, but I've never fully finished one, so I'd love to actually do that. In the vein of travel, I would love to hike the Camino de Santiago. It's been one of my goals to do. I'd love to spend a solid month, 2 months just hiking it, getting to know myself. But also, in order to do that, I need to learn Spanish. Well, not really, but I want to learn Spanish as well. It's one of my goals, my family's Spanish, and I don't speak any other than like hola. So that's the next goal up on my list to do. Now, there is this one experience in my life from my childhood that has been kind of traumatic and I feel like has had an effect on me now as an adult. And it's things that I've started the process but never really gone through officially. And I think it'd be really wonderful that by the time I was 30 to actually go through and get that all, you know, sorted out. I think something that would be an amazing thing to do as well is to go through on this hunt for, I guess you could say, forgiveness in a sense. I've heard of people doing this before where they go through, you know, people in the past who have caused them pain and have hurt them in any way, and they go through and just mentally process forgiving them and even going out loud and saying I forgive you even if they're not talking to that person, but then also going through people in the past that you might not have realized you necessarily hurt, and asking forgiveness from them as well. Okay, we made it to the Old Town Square. Oh goodness, almost falling, let me tell you. Seriously, it's already happened so many times that I've seen it happen to so many people already. But we're in the Old Town Square, definitely a lot smaller than Prague, still really gorgeous. Let me show you what I'm getting up to now. I would love to actually become an adult and have a set budget where I'm saving money and doing retirement and all those things you're supposed to do as a responsible adult. Definitely not there yet, but want to be. I'd love to get to go on a cruise. I've literally I've never gone on one. I've always been scared of water and sharks and dying by hitting an iceberg, but I feel like it'd be a cool experience and I definitely want to do it. Czechs, man, crazy. took a break here to get some hot wine and warm up. Definitely not dressed appropriately. My feet are already frozen and I've fallen and so I'm wet. But I figured I'd go through a couple more things on my list. First, I would love to do like a fancy dining experience, you know, like one of those things where you sit and you have like 5 courses and you pair your like drinks with it and everything like that. I feel like that would be so much fun. I would love to give a TED Talk or just some kind of talk on a public scale, probably in relation to travel, but you know, who knows, I'm open to what I could talk about. I want to get a secret tattoo. Now, if you know me, you know I have a ton of tattoos. If you ask my mom, I have too many. Basically, when I'm not all bundled up, you can see them. I have like a full sleeve on my one arm and a bunch of others, but I would love to get one where like no one can see it, like on my butt or like somewhere just secretive that only I know about. I would love to be published in some kind of magazine, any magazine, regardless of the topic. And also, speaking about magazines, me and my best friend Sarah for years now have talked about starting our own travel magazine type thing. She's a journalist, I do photography and creative stuff, and we talked about it for years, and we've talked about it for years and have never done anything about it. So by 30, I want to actually do that. I would love to get to spend a holiday season with like a significant other. I know that's kind of lame, but I've only ever spent like Christmas, New Year's with my family. I've never been in love before, and so yeah, I would love to get to experience that because it's such a romantic time of the year. I feel like it'd be so much fun to have somebody like your life partner to get to do that with. Okay, we've made it up a little bit higher. We're at the castle now. Gonna go explore that in just a second, but let's list off a few more things I want to do by the time I'm 30. I would love to go to Casablanca. My dad and I used to watch it growing up together. It's one of my favorite movies, and I feel like it would just be really cool to get there. Also, speaking of my dad, my next travel goal would be to get to the Grand Canyon. Him and I had always talked about going there together, and we never did, and obviously he's passed away now. I would love to get to go and scatter his ashes there and just have a moment for us there together. You know, it's kind of sad to say, but as a traveler, I don't know where a lot of places are on the map. So I would love to be able, by the time I'm 30, to be able to completely label a map of every country that's on it. I also would love to be able to sing the ABCs backwards. Not really a useful skill, but I feel like everyone should be able to do that, and I'm 25 now, and I can't. So by 30, that's definitely going to happen. I can go to like ZYXW, V. That's about it. So we're going to get through all 26 letters. I think hobbies are really important, and a hobby I've always wanted to have was to do pottery, but I've never done it. So by 30, I want to take pottery classes, maybe make some mugs, some bowls, some cool things. But yeah, I definitely want to take pottery classes. It looks like so much fun and something I would love to get to do. I want to get a pet dog, and 100%, obviously, like everyone needs a dog in their life, but I also really want to get a random pet, like either a duck or a fox or just something crazy like that. I feel like would be so cool, and they're so cute. I want one so bad. Okay, I gotta stop talking because this view is insane of the castle. Check this out. Just want to note that the sign says do not feed the bears because, you know, obviously first instinct would say go feed wild bears. Holy cow, guys, I am at the top of the castle. The view is amazing. Check this out. Anytime I find a good view to finish this video and somebody shows up, it ruins my shot, so I'm going to try to get the rest in here now. Next up on my list, I would love to make some kind of podcast. I feel like I've had a couple ideas for one, but I've never actually just sat down and recorded them, and I would love to just do that and just have a project, a fun project to get done. For years now, I've wanted to open my own coffee shop or food truck, and I feel like I have that business plan actually in place. I've just not actually implemented it. Now to do that, I would need to have some kind of home base to set up shop at, so I don't see that happening until I'm closer to 30 at the end of the 5 years, but definitely something I'm super passionate about and want to do. I've been so lucky where I've gotten to see so many amazing, beautiful cities, so many amazing, beautiful views, but something I never really catch is the sunrise, because I am not a morning person. If it involves waking up before 9 a.m., I'm like not a fan of it. But I would love to just have a great morning with an insane view, watching the sunrise anywhere in the world, drinking coffee and just enjoying being awake before the rest of the world. Now, being a nomad means I get to go around the world and do crazy cool adventures and see crazy cool things, but it also means sometimes my relationships can kind of suffer just because I'm not constantly there and not constantly present. Somebody I would love to get to go on a trip with would be my sister. I would love to get to fly her somewhere and pay for her trip and surprise her, and that's definitely a goal, to treat her. She's my best friend, the best human being in the world. So definitely before 30, I'm gonna treat her to a trip. Okay, so I'm all done at the castle. I'm gonna head back down and find some famous Czech dumplings and enjoy the cuisine here. Let's go. Something I would love to do is get back into opera. Now, I am a classically trained opera singer, but I haven't sung in years, so definitely by 30 I want to do, even if it's like a one night only type thing, get back into the show business kind of thing and do a performance of some sort. Alrighty guys, I gotta go catch my bus to get back to Prague, so I'm gonna sign this video off here. If you enjoyed, make sure you give a thumbs up, share with friends, family, strangers, you know the drill. Subscribe to this YouTube channel for video updates in the future, and until next week, bye guys.